Well, good evening and welcome to Channel 8 Sports and East Brunswick High School basketball. Hi, I'm John Meggiolaro, being joined by Phil Hill and Jim Allinder for tonight's game between the Lady Bears and Madison Central. And let's start off with that Madison Central team, Phil. They come in 3-6.
They come in 3-6, John, and Coach Ken Bucksbaugh, who's been there for 19 years, says this is a good 3-6 team. And he might have a point there. They played some pretty tough teams thus far. They played Metuchen. They played Piscataway very tough. I understand they were leading actually at halftime against Piscataway. They've played a very good Woodbridge team, Howe and Matawan. So they've played some very tough teams. If their schedule is slightly weaker, their record could be quite different. They actually have 3 players that are averaging 12 points per game, so they can actually put the ball up. Bucksbaum simply says that he has to deal with the Bears' pressure, and he has to try to control the tempo of the game. If they can get East Brunswick into a half-court game, then they stand a chance. Otherwise, it's going to be a very tough night.
And Jimmy, we look over at East Brunswick. They come in 7-2, and they're kind of on a roll here.
On a roll ever since the Christ the King tournament, where they lost 2 of the 3 games. This East Brunswick team has been playing with a lot of confidence. So much confidence, as a matter of fact, that Reggie Carney has solicited and has obtained another game. And it's going to be, let's see, we're televising tonight is Wednesday night. Tomorrow night here at East Brunswick Gym at 6 p.m., East Brunswick will be taking on Whippany Park, ranked 13th in the state with an 8-0 record. And why not? Because this team is on a definite roll, as you said from the top. They're in sync. I think they have a lot of confidence. They keep on gaining it ever since those 2 losses to quality teams, Palos Verdes and John Jay of New York, teams that could beat any other team in New Jersey by 30, 35 points. East Brunswick used it as a learning experience, and they're ready to roll now. They're in the thick of the Red Division. No team has really come close to beating them this year in New Jersey, and as long as they continue to play with the pressured defense that Phil had mentioned that Madison Central is so concerned about, the up-tempo that they do not want to get into, Madison Central, and the distribution of scoring with Kara Mataseski averaging 16 points a game. Erica Weir is averaging 10 points a game. Katie Whalen is going to be back, by the way. She was out for a few games.
Right.
We can go on and on. I think we're just going to see it on the court. This is a team that we're watching that is potentially one of the best in the state of New Jersey, even now.
Well, it's a GMC matchup, and as you said, there really hasn't been much competition for East Brunswick in the GMC of late. But again, at a game on the charts, they got to go through, and we'll see what this Madison Central team brings to bear. As Phil said, they have 3 scorers averaging 12 points, and we've never took note of Madison Central as a basketball team in terms of the girls, but they've come along, and the coach has done a great job, so we shall see. It's East Brunswick and Madison Central, and we'll be back with the start of the action in just a moment. Well, we're about ready to get this game underway, and Jim, I misspoke a little bit when I said Madison Central basketball program wasn't known maybe as some others, but they've had some fine seasons the last couple of years.
Recent success, I would say. 1989, they came in with a 17-9 record, and then in 1990, 91, I should say, 17-10. They've had some fair players over the years. Tara Salter, Lotta Eubanks, Maureen Byrne, and Dawn Mateka, some familiar names in soccer and girls basketball. But no doubt, they're up against a fine team in East Brunswick tonight.
No doubt.
All right, Erica Weir will jump center for the Lady Bears. East Brunswick comes in 7-2, Madison Central 3-6. But Madison Central had a big win last night against Cedar Ridge. And here we go, the Bears will control. That's Prissa. To Whalen, looking underneath Mataseski. She'll bring it out a little bit. There's Prissa by herself. And right away, East Brunswick gets on the board.
Okay, and Madison Central has come out in man-to-man defense. It's going to be a very tough job for the smaller Spartans.
Weens will be the quarterback for the Spartans. She drives. We're on the rebound. King quickly to Mataseski. Drives, puts it back out to King.
Tara, 7 for 14 from the three-point line.
Inside to Weir, nice move along the baseline.
Wow, very strong move by Erica.
And that's going to be Barb Weishaddle's job to try to cut Erica Wheel out from scoring.
And I'll tell you, see Weems bring up the ball, and she's a feisty player, but she's got to play under control. She's played some good basketball anytime we've seen her.
That's knocked away by Monteseschi.
John, you talked about that win over Cedar Ridge last night for Madison Central. That was bigger than a lot of people can realize. 2-6 at this juncture before beating Cedar Ridge last night. They really needed that win because they need some wins to qualify for the state tournament.
This is Weems rather. That to Weishattle. Jobson back to Weems underneath. Shot taken, won't go by Miller. And East Brunswick quickly to Whalen down the wing. Nice pass to Monteseschi and a foul, and they're going to say no.
Traveled.
Yeah. Kara fumbled the ball a little on the pass. It was a great pass.
And quickly a timeout, Madison Central.
Okay, Ken Bucksbaum not wasting any time, saw something he didn't like, and he called for a timeout. And you can take a good look at Ken Bucksbaum right now. 19 years he's been there at Madison Central, and he says he has a fairly young team, 2 seniors, and the rest are juniors. So he's looking for a good game tonight.
Well, only 6 minutes and 40 seconds are showing on the clock, so Bucksbaum didn't waste much time.
The thing about it, he knows he cannot let this Bear team get away from him, John. If they do, they could be in big trouble. He's got to try to control the tempo of the game, make East Brunswick play at the pace that they would like to play, and don't get in a running match with the Bears.
Well, just from the little that we've seen Madison Central on the court, they don't appear to be able to keep up with them in team speed. And as Jimmy alluded to, they're going to have to shut down that half-court game or get East Brunswick to move into a half-court game if they stand a chance. They'll bring it back up court. That is Madison Central. And this is Weems. Drives, forces one up. And it'll go back to that'll go over to East Brunswick.
And the same thing I'm talking about. Weems has to be under control. She's a very good ball handler. Passes the ball off nicely, but must play under control.
Whalen.
Katie Whalen. That's 2 points.
And the Bears are on top 6-0.
Katie Whalen with almost a set shot. Nice, soft touch.
They worked the ball real well, looking for the open shot.
Monteseschi showing good hands on defense, knocks it away.
Monteseschi leading the team in steals with 45 coming into this game. She mounts them up quick.
And the Bears in man-to-man themselves.
That's 5 a game.
Almost stolen by Whalen. Madison Central looking inside to Jobson. Can't do it, they'll bring it back out.
Watch this defense by East Brunswick. It's just excellent.
There's the steal by Prissup. And she'll take it herself for the layup, and it makes it 8-0 East Brunswick.
Phil, they have a dilemma, Madison Central. Even when they set up at half court, East Brunswick is all over.
You're right, and it's just smothering defense, and they got to find some way to solve it.
Madison steal by Weir, and quickly down court to Monteseschi. She's fouled as she goes for the layup. Foul is on Miller, number 24.
And I'll tell you, a completely different looking Bear team from the first half. The last time we saw them against Bishop Ard. I said at the time I thought they were tired. They look fresh tonight, making good passes and playing great defense.
Carrer's at the line. Bears on top 8-0.
No doubt, defense makes it happen.
Kara Monteseschi, leading scorer for the Bears, 16 points per game at the line.
Makes the second, so East Brunswick's on top by 9.
Phil, I think what's very interesting about East Brunswick, they're not overly tall. They don't have a heck of a lot of height. That doesn't seem to bother them against opponents that are taller than them. Well, they just do their game.
They have good size, but they're also fast. They're also fast. All the girls can run the court.
It bodes well for future games against taller opponents.
It's off Madison Central. They were looking for Jobson underneath.
And if you're Ken Bucksbaum, you're worried about the frustration factor. Whether your team is just going to lose it all together, or are they going to get frustrated much too early in the game?
9-0 Bears. As Whalen looks across court, she has Monteseschi by herself. 3-pointer. In and out. Saved by King.
Oh,
A little hook won't go for Whalen, and Madison Central will pull it down.
And Madison looks confused.
Well, they just need a basket. They got to take the time, get a good shot.
Here goes Weens. Passes it off.
He almost walked.
.433 remain, first quarter. Bears on top, 9-0.
Reggie substituting already. Maureen Varela coming in for Katie Whalen.
Weens showing some good ball handling skills, but a foul is going to be called.
And you see Weems, she will drive. She's
Fouls on Colleen King.
as you see, not diminutive, but handles the ball well and will drive on you. This time, I thought she drew the foul, but they're calling it out on the side. I thought it was shooting.
Lady Spartans looking for someone. Weens is underneath and a lot of traffic.
Oh,
just
tries
trying
to
to
throw
put
it
it
over
up.
her head.
Well, I just said she's diminutive and she's underneath. Not much she could do with the ball underneath there.
Now there's a steal by Weems. She leads Madison Central.
She'll take the shot.
There
She
you
puts
go.
them on the board,
They're on the
9-2.
board. Simone Weems set a school record of 152 steals last year for Madison Central. There's one right there.
Pass goes off the hands of Erica Weir.
Here goes the shutout.
Courtney Bloor comes in for Jan Prissip.
Courtney Bloor, a sophomore who's seeing more and more action, becoming an important part of this team.
Shot by Weidelschattl. Won't go.
And I'll tell you what, Barb Weidelschattl might be the most frustrated of all on the court.
I'm looking at her face, Jim, and you might be right. They got to get Barbara Weidelschattl into the game. She is their leading scorer. She does everything, leading scorer, leading rebounder, and they got to get her into the flow of the game.
And a foul was called on Jobson, her first, as East Brunswick brings it up quickly. Shot by Varela off the rim.
And they get the rebound.
King saves inside to Weir. All by herself is Varela.
Good look.
11-2 is our score.
Erica Weir on the nice pass underneath.
Weems gives it to Weidelschattl. Underneath.
Steal.
Stolen off of Falvey.
3-on-1.
Monteseschi. Drive, good pass to
Jeez.
Bloor.
That might be worth another timeout. Now Bucksbaum is just raising his arms.
Not much he can do. The Bears are just everywhere. Good movement of the ball.
Madison just isn't getting back.
Knocked away and stolen. Monteseschi finally comes up with it, and again, East Brunswick on the break. Monteseschi pulls up off the rim, knocked away off East Brunswick. It'll go to Madison Central. And substitutes will come in for the Lady Spartans.
Missy Prudente, 53. And number
40, Amy Leach.
Yeah.
Kara Monteseschi.
And those seven that we've seen so far from Madison are essentially that's the varsity right there.
Lori McGinnis in.
Steal, Whalen.
And foul's gonna be called.
Probably Leach on that.
And gentlemen, we talked about it in the Bishop R game, how the Bears just seem to have hands everywhere. I mean, they just smother you, and you're seeing it, having a good look at it here. They're just not letting Madison have anything.
Inside pass from Whalen to Weir. She turns, spins, and rolls it through.
You know, I'm looking at the statistics. East Brunswick is averaging, get this, 19 steals per game. That's a lot.
Weems in trouble now. He's got to get rid of it. And 5 seconds, it goes over to East Brunswick.
And they are frustrated. Weems yelling to her teammate, you got to come to the ball. You got to come to the ball. Give me some help.
All right, more substitutes. Let's see, Whalen re-enters the game, John.
It's going to be a revolving door tonight. East Brunswick to Monteseschi. She'll drive and lay it up.
Oh, pretty shot.
All net. Makes it 17-2.
Yeah, that's quite a touch that Monteseschi has developed. Junior.
Minute 48 remaining, first quarter. East Brunswick with a 15-point lead. And a foul's going to be called on Bloor.
And Jim, I'll say it again, from the first half of the Bishop Bar, they just look so much fresher. They just.
Well, Phil, you said it before. Madison Central is a very deceptive 3 and 6. This, what you're seeing tonight, is not a bad team, but a team that is just being totally outclassed and confused by a quality East Brunswick offense and defense.
Weishattle finally gets her hands on it, but it won't go. And great boxing out by Prissup.
Here we go.
And here we go. And they're going to call a travel on Katie Whalen.
It's about the only way.
Just a small step before taking off.
I got to agree with you, Phil. They're on the high test tonight.
That's for sure.
I think every break for East Brunswick's been either a 3-on-1 or there's another break.
Steal.
Whalen
and Mataseski trying to get something going.
Kara always looking for the open man.
We're down to 1:15 remaining first quarter, and one basket for Madison Central. Weishattle drives the line and is fouled underneath.
Okay. And Barbara Weishattle just making something happen there. As I said before, she has to get into the game.
Fouls on Bloor, picks up her second.
And you take a good look at Barbara Weishattle. We've watched her play for the last 2 years anyway, and she's been a big a team leader and scorer even then. So she's a really important part of this team now.
Trying to get the third point for Madison Central, believe it or not.
She's a quality athlete, played softball last year, but has foregone that sport now to concentrate on basketball. Really wants to have a go at seeing what she can do, perhaps win a scholarship.
And it's been a dry spell for the Lady Spartans as Mataseski brings it up quick.
There's the
looks
opening.
Underneath as well, and left-handed layup.
Great shot, a great pass, and an easy shot.
Great dish and great swish, I'll tell you.
Steal, knocked away by Whalen to Weir, back to Whalen.
Did you see that move
And
by
she didn't
Katie
put it
Whalen
on the floor.
with the left hand? Good gravy. I mean, hopefully everybody notices that. That's a sophomore out there.
21-2 with 25 seconds remaining, first quarter.
Katie Whalen has 8 points.
And they're going to call double dribble against Miller.
Nothing is going right for the Spartans right now, and you just got to wait 24 seconds till this quarter is over and hopefully regroup themselves.
King brings it up quickly. Whalen back to King. Mataseski by herself. Wide of the mark. Saved by Madison Central, right to Katie Whalen.
And that's the way it's going for the Spartans.
And Katie Whalen's 8th point of the night.
I was going to say, it looks like her night. And they're going to call travel against Madison Central.
Let me correct myself. 10 points for Katie Whalen.
Call against Prudente. 3 seconds remaining till the end of the first quarter.
Look at this. They're going to yes.
First bad. And Weems at the buzzer. So at the end of one, it's 23-2 East Brunswick. And we'll listen to Reggie. This will be interesting to hear what he has to say.
Good job, good job, good job. Okay, last shot too. Just back on your heels. Okay, now, all right, listen. All right, look, they're in this zone right now. The pass inside is wide open. Stick it in there. If you guys get doubled up, then you kick it out. Okay. Right now, again, we have the inside wide open. Keep looking to run the break. Absolutely brilliant job on defense. Way to come out and play basketball, okay? But post is in. We got him wide open. Again, we don't have it inside. Kick it out. Now listen, all right? If Erica posts and goes to shoot, you two crash because there's nobody left to box you out. Same thing with you. Okay, you'll stay back. All right, good job. All right, Bears. 1, 2, 3. Bears. Come on, keep it up.
Phil, more importantly, not so much what Reggie said. I think that was pretty clear. But what could the coach from Madison Central be saying? He's got to get these girls back into this mentally, at least.
I think he's saying we got to do it little at a time. We got to keep our composure. We got to break their press and take a better shot selection. It's pretty hard to do when you have a player draped all over you. But Reggie Carney, again, coaching till the end, and the great ones always have that killer instinct. They don't stop.
He makes like the score's tied right now.
Foul's going to be called against Katie Whalen. We start the second quarter from East Brunswick High School. Bears on top 23-2.
And quite a reappearance for Katie Whalen, her first game back after missing a couple with that injured finger. 10 points in the first quarter.
Weems hasn't been able to do anything. Weishattle will take it from the line.
Yeah, she's high posting.
And good save by Prissup to Mataseski. On the break is King. Puts it in, nice bounce past the Weir. Erica having trouble holding it, however. And a turnover for the Bears. Phil, is there a danger of getting complacent on East Brunswick's part?
I don't think Reggie Carney will let him.
Shot by Madison Central's Miller. And it's 23-4. Mataseski drives inside, looks, there's Weir, turns, foul. Foul by Weishattle.
You know, every time you turn around, you see a East Brunswick player open. But they're working to get open. These are not, I mean, everybody is moving with a purpose. A lot of picks, perhaps, that we are not able to catch up.
And I tell you, take a look at Erica Weir, a big-time move there. And she's just gotten so much better over last year, stronger, and seemingly, certainly in the flow of things, a lot more. You got to feel good for the young lady. Has already committed to George Washington University.
24-4, East Brunswick by 20.
There's
and
the
they're
steal.
pressing Prissup quickly to Whalen.
I'll tell you, Reggie might want to just save this videotape for a clinic.
And I'll tell you, notice the left hand is automatic.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes up. That's the way it should be done.
She doesn't even think about it. There's another steal.
Turnover again, Madison Central. Whalen to Prissup, back to Mataseski to Prissup.
I'll tell you now.
What a performance.
I'll tell you, we don't mean to laugh, but it's a clinic. They are putting on a clinic right now. I don't think I've ever seen an East Brunswick team function as well as they're functioning right now.
Shot blocked by Weir, and it'll be a jump ball. It'll go over to East Brunswick, and so Madison Central can't even get a break on the jump. Jobson will probably come back in after a timeout by Madison Central.
I don't know. I really don't know what to say about this. Phil's right. They are flowing like a well-oiled machine. Everything is just going right. And the score is indicative of the way this team has been playing,
Wow.
28-4.
This may be a good time for me to back out of something I said earlier. You guys have been on my back ever since when I talked about Piscataway and said that they had soccer legs and East Brunswick caught them early. Maybe it's a good time as any for me to back out of it because I can't imagine anyone playing them tough as well as the Bears are playing right now. They look, as I said, they look awfully fresh. Tremendous movement of the ball, great defense, great rebounding, good shot selection. What can you ask for?
Phil, you're right. I mean, Piscataway is a very talented team. They have a number of quality players, good athletes. But I was kind of thinking about Piscataway when I was saying, you know, teams with better height would even have a tough time against East Brunswick because East Brunswick plays position. They're utilizing all the coaching and practice time that they put in, and it's paying off. You're seeing it on the court.
Excellent ball handling by East Brunswick. They have a 24-point lead, 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. They're just moving it around, looking for the open person.
Sure.
And there's Prissup from the line. And bingo, it's 30-4.
And Jan has 8 points now. Whalen 12.
Not to make excuses for Madison Central, but they did play last night, which is unusual. Play back-to-back, particularly in the GMC.
Mataseski, meanwhile, with another steal. Great pass.
Prissup, a little strong. Weir is there. And Madison Central finally controls it, and that's Weishattle.
It's one of the few times they didn't convert.
Each to Weems. And substitutions will be getting ready to come in for East Brunswick with 5:15 remaining, second quarter. Ball still alive. Leach has it.
Look at Erica's hands.
And turnover, and it goes to Monaseski, who will lead the charge. Nice pass to Prissa. A little short. Colleen King is fouled underneath.
Phil, do you notice the way Monaseski just went to the middle on that and spread the offense?
You're right, but I'll tell you one thing I noticed. The Bears appear to be so much stronger. Perhaps that's where that weightlifting has paid off. They appear to be so much stronger.
Varela and Bloor come in. Whalen comes off, as does Prissa.
And I'll tell you, take a good look at Colleen King. Last time we did a game here against Bishop Ard, she had 5 steals in that game, and she was all over the court. And Colleen doesn't do a whole lot of scoring, but she is the playmaker for this team. She's the one that sets them up, keeps them in control. And she does a fine job.
She misses the first. No pressure with a 26-point lead, that's for sure. And a little strong on the second. And Madison Central able to pull it down. Bears on top 30-4. Weems, Madison Central driving.
Oh, missed that foul, huh?
Weir on the rebound. Quickly to Varela. Monaseski on the wing. She sees her. And Carroll have to pull it out and put it up. And she does. And that hoop is about as wide as the ocean tonight. Everything dropping for the Bears. Miller for Madison Central, puts it up, short. Erica Weir with the rebound. And gives it off to King, who will bring it up. There's Monaseski in the corner, inside the three-point line. And now she's getting hot.
I think 34-4. East Brunswick, Reggie might even think about unloading his bench a little bit right now.
Yeah. 3:55 remaining second quarter.
You don't want to take away.
Here we go, Bloor with the steal.
Here.
Quickly to Varela.
3.
36-4.
And this crowd is quiet. I think they're as shocked as we are at how well East Brunswick is playing.
Well, the action speaks for itself. Madison Central trying to move it around, find someone open. Weems had Miller underneath. And a follow-up by Prudente. And 36-6 now with 3 minutes left second quarter. King around. East Brunswick moving it well. Bloor's shot is blocked.
It's Jobson, right?
Varela and double dribble by Weems.
And I'll tell you, once again, just the pressure. The Bears putting pressure on, forcing the Spartans into all kinds of mistakes. It's got to be terribly frustrating today.
Keisha Weir comes in for her sister, Erica. King will control it. She sees Monaseski in the corner. Long one, in and out, wow.
Constant movement of the ball. And Monaseski now, she's got her shooting touch tonight.
38-6.
Have her with 10 points.
Weems drives, fouled inside by King.
I think she's been getting shooting lessons from her brothers, Phil.
I'll tell you, I was just thinking, Mark Monaseski probably is in my opinion, the finest basketball player to come out of East Brunswick. No one more feisty. He played that in-your-face type defense, and he could shoot. Didn't mind putting it up.
Remember his brother Keith?
I might be talking about Keith.
I think that's who you're thinking of.
Right, Keith. Just a tremendous ball player.
Yeah, and boy, I'll tell you what a shooter from the outside. And little sister has all the markings of her brother.
East Brunswick, Varela, a three-pointer.
Why not?
Off the rim. And it'll stay East Brunswick's way. Falvey comes back in for Madison Central. Leach takes a break. Monaseski out to Varela. Back to Monaseski. Looking inside for Bloor, knocked away. And Bloor's going to be called for the foul.
All right, that's her third, I believe. So she'll take a seat.
We have 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, and the Lady Bears having their way with everything tonight. The score is 38-6 over Madison Central. And turnovers have been the prime culprit for the Spartans. Mataseski, Varela, Kara will put it up, and she has been absolutely red hot.
Finding nothing but net.
She has the touch.
Say if there's any college scouts in the audience, we're wondering if she's a senior. No, she has 2 more years to go after this.
Weems'
Excuse me,
shot.
she's a junior.
Weisaddle has it stripped by Erica Weir. Is back in for her sister. Prissup looking underneath to Weir. 42-6.
No, I think you know, we didn't mention another team in Middlesex County that's not doing too bad, and that's St. Peter's with one Kristen Samoji.
Well, county time will. There's a good
Weems.
chance we may run into them.
I would very much like to see that match.
Prissup quickly. Then she pulls it back out. Weems playing good defense.
Prissup just touched it on the way out.
56 seconds away from half. Kara Mataseski will come out for a rest.
Mercifully, 56 seconds left in the first half.
For all of us, yes. Keisha and Erica Weir are now in for the Bears. As Miller looks for someone, she has Weisaddle. And Whalen underneath fighting for the rebound and makes the steal, but she was out of bounds when it happened. Oh, they're gonna call for a foul. That's her third, right?
Yeah, well, let's see here.
Her second, okay.
No, it's her second.
This is not the kind of game you want to foul out of.
Well,
They may be doing a lot of sitting in the second half.
I'm
as
sure.
It is.
Foul be at the line, makes the first to give Madison Central their 7th point of the game.
I'm sure that
lane
makes
violation.
Ken Bucksbaum very happy to hear that. Points are hard to come by for the Lady Spartans.
Whalen brings it up quickly, over to Prissup. Drives the lane, looks across, there's Varela by herself. 44-7 with 25 seconds remaining before half.
Phil, that's a heck of a lot of points for a girls' team.
it's
One
a
half.
heck of a lot of points for our boys' team.
It's true.
Goes East Brunswick's way. 10 seconds now. Whalen, Varela by herself, 5 seconds. Off the rim. Foul underneath. Prissup is pushing off.
Nicole Jan, huh?
Offense.
First foul.
1 second, 1 tick of the clock before half. That'll be it. So we come to halftime here at East Brunswick, and not a hell of a lot to say, quite honestly. It's been all East Brunswick. It's 44-7.
You're asking for comments? Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I've never seen a game 7 points at halftime by a team.
Well, it's happened before.
I've seen that before.
I've never.
I think what strikes me, John, is that people need to put this in perspective and whatnot. Madison Central is not a bad team. East Brunswick is that good. They're playing that well. They've done it all. I don't think I've seen quite a performance like this by any team, male or female.
Right, and this is all in Reggie Carney's scheme of things, of getting this team to improve, make a lot of progress, and start to peak as we get towards tournament time.
Well, it can only get better, I hope, for Madison Central, and we'll see what East Brunswick does in the second half. I think we'll see a lot of new faces, and we know one thing for sure, Reggie Carney is still going to be coaching the heck out of this team.
For sure.
And we'll be back with the start of the third quarter in just a moment. You see the teams come out now for the start of the third quarter. East Brunswick on top 44-7. And Jimmy, why don't we take a look at that scoring?
Scoring 12 points apiece for Kara Monteseschi, Katie Whalen. Varela 6, Erica Weir 5, Jan Prissa 8 points, and Courtney Bloor with 2.
And we see Trisha Flanagan, number 24 in the game to start off the third quarter. Keisha Weir, Erica Weir, Monteseschi, King are the starting 5 for East Brunswick. Madison Central looking to get something going. And Miller will try a three-pointer to do it, and it won't go.
I think the frustrating aspect for Madison Central is being down and needing points. They're going to take a lot of three-pointers, which is not a high percentage shot. They've had no success getting inside. And you can see Barb Weishuttle there just trapped.
Another jump, and it's going to East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, none of the breaks apparently going to Madison Central. And one thing Madison has in their favor, East Brunswick cannot play any better.
That's true.
That's one way of looking at it. Erica Weir.
You sure about that, Phil?
Oh.
Sooner or later, they're going to have to call off the horses.
I have Erica with 9 points, Jim.
Okay. I'll tell you what, with 44, 46 points now, I've probably missed a few along the way.
A 41-point lead for East Brunswick. I'm sorry. 39-point lead. Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Madison Central trying to get in some sort of half-court game. Miller.
Sure, they're going to shoot from way out there.
And she must be the three-point person.
Low percentage.
It's not going. And King will bring it up.
Well, it's fruitless to bring it inside.
Weir back out to King. Monteseschi now with it. They're looking for the inside. There it is to Keisha underneath. Nice use of her body to get the layup. 48-7. Now it's 41 points. Weems. And there's nothing on that end. Weishuttle. Nice defensive move by Weishuttle.
I'll tell you, good hustle on the juniors' part.
Miller, and it's going to be travel as she went up and came down with it.
Somebody stuck a hand out there.
Okay.
Foul is called.
Good strong move by Kara Monteseschi to the basket, going up with her left hand, and got fouled by
Weems, number 23.
Right.
Kara at the line. Hits all net to make it 49. Off the rim, controlled by Monteseschi. Looks inside for Weir. She's got it, and is fouled as she goes up.
And Erica taking up where she left off against Bishop Barb. Against Bishop Barb, she had 17 points and 12 rebounds. And the way she's been rebounding today, she's certainly bound to surpass that figure.
Well, Williams picks up 2 fouls.
And official checking something with the score table. And we'll get things going again. All net that time. 50-7 is our score. 5:35 remaining, third quarter. Shot is blocked by Weir, follow up by Weishuttle, won't go.
Can't buy a basket here.
And Falvey is tied up.
Weishadel, she had the shot inside and just wouldn't go.
She's got to be pressing some, Jim. I mean, as I said before, she's got to be a little frustrated. And
Miller's shot is in and out.
Boy, I could have swore that was at the bottom of the basket.
King brings it up. Over to Flanagan.
Nice
Off
form.
the rim. King back to Flanagan. Inside to Weir. A little spin, nice move.
Boy,
She's fouled and it won't go, however.
Pretty move.
And we've seen that move before. Did the same move against Bishop Bar against Clemente. And she made it before and almost came up with the big three-point play here.
So Weishadel picks up her second foul.
And good look at Keisha Ware. Good-looking young lady. And this is the first.
In and out.
Right, so if there's just one little glaring weakness tonight, Eric is 2 for 6 from the line.
Wholesale change is about to happen for East Brunswick. Prudente is fouled.
It's by Keisha Weir. And looks like 5 substitutes are about ready to come in for East Brunswick now. So everybody in the starting lineup is going to take a rest.
Prissip, Whalen, Varela, Bloor, and number 34, Sharon Augustine.
Right, 14 Whalen is, of course, was a starter, so she brings continuity to this lineup. And you have to wonder if that's the final action for some of these starters tonight.
Reggie was eyeing Phil up. Maybe we're going to see Phil come in tonight.
He doesn't need any bench warmers.
50 to 8.
Yeah, they got a point there. Job set.
Oh, another one. Okay. 41-point lead still for the Bears with 4:30 remaining third quarter. Prissip is fouled by everyone. No call. But they'll say it still belongs to East Brunswick.
Look how Reggie's still coaching, Phil.
Prissip. There's Whalen by herself. Off the rim. Saved by Varela, but given to Madison Central. Miller has tried a few three-pointers. Weishadel forcing one up. Bloor with the rebound. To Whalen, who will pull it up. Prissip in the corner, looking for Bloor.
Nice. Courtney had the presence of mind to stay focused on getting that ball, and she won out over Barb Weishadel.
52 to 9. Miller, a three-pointer. Off the glass. Weishadel finally finds her range, making it 52 to 11.
That's her first 2 points of the night. Amazing.
Varela to Bloor, a little strong. Weems has a free ride.
Wow.
And misses.
I'll tell you, such great movement on the ball.
Oh, they're going to call Simone Weems? No.
Oh, they're going to call Jan Prissip for pushing off.
Weems moved the ball so nicely down the court and simply blew the layup.
Well, the Spartans will get it back. Stolen by Whalen. Saved.
Oh, nice save. I think she had a chance at that.
She'll take it down court. Good move there across the Prissip.
Beautiful pass. Oh. And Prissip breaks 10. I think that's her average. Actually, she's averaging 11 points a game.
Weissaddle wide. Augustine with the rebound, looking for some help. Finally gets it to Bloor, who sends it across court to Varela. Whalen to Prissa, who will take the shot.
Boy, what a pretty touch. She has gotten better and better as this season has gone on.
Just tremendous movement of the ball by this Bear team. No bounces or anything, just smooth passes, I tell you.
Timeout, Madison Central, and we'll go into the East Brunswick huddle and listen to Reggie Carney.
Good job. Okay. Same thing. Just take it easy. Okay. Just take it easy back there. All right. Come on in. All right. Hustle. 1, 2, 3. Hustle. Take it easy back there. Good shot.
Phil, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Could there be a danger in a game like this for a team like East Brunswick? Too easy. You get a little complacent. I'm sure Reggie Carney would like to be challenged every game.
Well, I'll tell you this, John. They're making it appear to be too easy. I mean, as I said before, Madison Central is not a bad team. They've been competitive. They've lost several games by just 2 or 3 points. They've been in most of the games and played even tough teams like Piscataway very tough. Ken Bucksbaum, who's been there 19 years, says he has a fairly solid team. This Bear team is just making it look awfully easy, but it's a result of hard work and combined with skill.
Well, I also think you saw a little bit of the class of Reggie Carney, telling his team to take it easy. There's no need to pour anything on. And Miller finally gets her three-pointer.
Interestingly, that's the first three-pointer of the evening for either team.
Weir takes it to the hoop. Won't go, Augustine. And Weissaddle comes up with it, has a lead person in Miller. Can she do it? Off the rim.
I'll tell you, great pass by Weissaddle.
Mataseski, who's back in, handling the ball now.
You can see Weems is a fine defensive player. She's playing Kara fairly tough.
Augustine has it blocked, but right to Weir. 58-14 with a minute 15 remaining, third quarter.
I have Erica with 12 points now.
44-point lead for the Bears.
Needless to say, a lot of scoring for East Brunswick. Whalen with 12. Mataseski, I think, has 13. Prissip with 12.
Pass down to Mataseski. She drives, loses control of it for a moment. Augustine looking for Weir underneath. And off Madison Central.
And Ken Bucksbaum said at the beginning of the game, we cannot let their pressure get to us, and we have to try to control the tempo of the game. Neither of those things have happened, and the results are devastating.
Mataseski on the drive.
No foul, huh?
She took a one to the mouth.
Yeah.
Foul on Augustine.
I think both officials were in a bad position to be able to see that obvious chop.
So the clock starts up, 35 seconds remaining, third quarter.
John, Phil's point about East Brunswick not becoming complacent with such the ease of this victory, this game. Carney definitely just will not allow something like this, and this is not an unusual situation for the Bears. Let's face it, they've had a lot of games like this.
I'll tell you, great block by Erica Weir, and
That's
now
right.
the Bears are moving down the court again.
Corner, Varela, short. Weir is there.
Boy, she snagged that, didn't she?
She gets her own. She'll try a third. And finally, three's a charmer at the buzzer.
And I'll tell you, all those rebounding drills that you do in practice every day, that's when they pay off. 3 times off the offensive boards, and she finally put it down on the third try.
Well, our score after 3 is East Brunswick 60, Madison Central 14. And let's listen to Reggie.
Maureen and Court start out, okay?
Come on, guys.
Everybody else, good job tonight. Way to go.
Nice job.
All right, hustle. 1, 2, 3, hustle.
So just by the brevity of Reggie's comments, I think that says more than anything, the job is done, and let's kind of ease off. And I think East Brunswick is sort of doing that. You notice they're not playing with the same sort of intensity.
And the one thing I noticed about Reggie, he's not a man of many words during the game anyway. He does he prepares them during practice. And you got to see how he works his team during practice. He's a taskmaster. And what he says in the game is very little. He knows he has them prepared and doesn't have to say much, and they just follow direction. But he does not X and O's and a whole lot of that during the game.
He was describing his regimen of practice before the game, Phil. He was telling all the use of the weights even now.
East Brunswick continues to move it around, looks for the open man. Weems with the steal. And Miller comes up with it and will take the layup.
And that's Miller's 7th point of the game.
When you figure Madison Central only has 16 in total. Flanagan looking for a blower.
Well, Simone Weems has caused a few turnovers.
We saw her play last year, and she was feisty and tough and played good defense last year. So she's a ball player.
Miller, three-pointer. Augustine with the rebound to King. Over to Varela. Good pass to King. She'll take the shot and makes it.
It's Colleen's first 2 points. And she is a good outside shooter. When she has the opportunity, she'll put it up.
Off Madison Central will go East Brunswick's way. (62-16) as we're in the 4th and final quarter. Bears on top comfortably. King will take it.
That ball
Wide.
was tipped.
And there's Weems with the steal. She's got some speed. And it finally makes the layup.
And a nice move by the senior. Second basket of the game.
Varela looking for King. And Christine Breen's comes in, number 5. First time we're seeing her tonight. Cross court, stolen by Augustine. She'll pull up, gives it to Bloor. Varela underneath. Shot by Augustine won't go. And Weems to Miller.
Nice defensive play by Courtney Bloor. Denied that shot.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed with Bloor. First few games we've seen.
Flanagan back out to Varela. Breens will take it. Just off the rim.
Looks like Tamika Perez is going to make her first appearance.
Green 2-4. 24 Green.
Tamika will come in, number 42. Varela will take a seat. And she takes Reggie Carney's seat. Reggie politely moves her out.
John, I noticed a collection of young ladies at the end of the bench. Are these aspiring Lady Bears we have here?
That could be. They have T-shirts on that say "Shoot for the Stars," so
We'll have to ask Reggie about that.
he's got his feeder program going. Augustine drives, a little forearm. Bloor in and out. I'll tell you, I'm impressed by Sharon Augustine. She's in there hustling and pulling and fighting. Not afraid to mix it up.
Well, Bloor is out.
So we're inside of 5 minutes left in this game. Bears on top 62-18. Miller. She'll take it, three-pointer. Yes. She's accounted for about 90% of the scoring tonight for Madison Central.
Pretty much.
Breens looking for Perez, throws it away, and Weems will take it. Should be an easy layup.
if nothing else, Madison Central can get that bad taste out of its mouth.
Leach has the ball knocked away from her.
Nice job by Perez.
I was talking to Kenny Bucksbaum a couple days ago, and the road for them after tonight, with the record falling to 3-7, will be for them to play against Sayreville, Perth Amboy, Highland Park, Woodbridge, J.P. Stevens, and Carteret. All winnable games for them. So I think they fully realized coming into this game that chances are they were not going to be as competitive.
Perez puts one in, makes it 64-23.
So their number one goal is to qualify for the state tournament, and a shot they will have.
Jim, you mentioned a game that'll be shown, or played rather, here tomorrow night, Thursday night,
right,
against Whippany.
Whippany Park, 13th in the state, sporting an 8-0 record. Number two team in Morris County. They're from up in outside of Morristown. And Reggie was saying that Whippany Park had advertised in the Star Ledger, the Newark Star Ledger, that they were looking for a game, and Mr. Carney, ever opportunistic, saw an opportunity. Phil, we were mentioning they need some competition, quite frankly, and this is a good opportunity right now.
That's for sure.
Greens keeps it alive, gets it to Flanagan. Into Bloor. A little strong, and here comes Weems against Perez. And they're going to call Perez for a foul. And, whoa.
And I'll tell you, Weems showing her quickness there. And believe me, against most teams, this Madison Central team would be right in there, certainly doing the job. They've shown flashes of it, but the Bears simply have not allowed them to do much of anything.
Well, certainly Madison Central has shown a better half-court game this second half. And they do have some speed with Weems. And they just ran up against a buzzsaw tonight. Weems unable to convert. Inside of 3 minutes now. Perez gets it over to Breens. Off the rim. Flanagan has it knocked away. Keisha Weir gets a hand on it. Augustine comes in, as well as Jennifer Baker, number 20. Weems won't fall for her. Prenente with the rebound. 2:20 remaining in the game. Perez looking for Baker. Miller on the break. And Breens pulls it down. Perez doesn't see anyone. Baker will take it.
We were talking about the Piscataway game. That, in fact, will be the next game that we telecast here on Channel 8. It's going to be on taped on the 24th, and will be shown the following evening on Saturday, January 25th. Excuse me, not on the evening. That'll be shown in the afternoon, 12:30 p.m.
Right.
Telecast. And we will have a couple more opportunities to see this team versus Perth Amboy on February 5th. And that'll be telecast the following evening. And then finally on February 13th, Edison will come to town with a telecast date of February 15th.
And a jump ball is going to be called. Jimmy, quickly, how the teams qualify for county and state tournament play.
Right, you need a 500 or better record as of the February 3rd cutoff date. And that leaves still a few more games to be played for it, but obviously East Brunswick is not in any jeopardy of not qualifying. And also we have to take into consideration the Greater Middlesex Conference Tournament. That's the one where the girls' final will be played at the Lewis Brown Athletic Arena, the RAC at Piscataway, and I know that is on the minds of these East Brunswick players. They definitely want to play either Piscataway or St. Peter's, if depending on who that team is on the other draw.
And certainly we'll be there if we can.
Nice play.
Shot by Weems with 34 seconds remaining, 64-27.
And she has 10 points.
Now, Jim, is the state and county tournament run simultaneously?
No,
Okay.
that's something that they're done separately. There's it's funny, you can be playing a county final on a Saturday afternoon and have your first state tournament action that Monday. But I think East Brunswick is easily going to be the top seed in Central Jersey Group 4, so it's definite that they're going to get a first round bye.
And that'll do it from East Brunswick. The Bears having a very easy time of it. The final, East Brunswick 64, Madison Central 29. And what is left to be said that we haven't said?
We were talking about the state tournament. I'll just finish up on that. The tournament, state tournament, East Brunswick will be top seeded in Central Jersey Group 4, undoubtedly. And they'll get a first round bye. But that's down the line. We got the Greater Middlesex County Conference Tournament, and right now they're playing as well as they possibly can. And you have to wonder how much better this team can get, so that they don't peak too soon.
Well, I told you I spent much of the second half just marveling at the team and the balance that they had. I said it earlier on that first half was probably the finest exhibition of basketball we might have seen here at East Brunswick. They just did a tremendous job, and Reggie Carney's got to be extremely pleased, and they're just a lot tougher than I could imagine. And it's going to be interesting to see them with the tougher competition, and certainly in the county and state tournaments.
I think it's also comforting, John, to mention that if East Brunswick was in a position where a little bit of complacency could set in, Reggie Carney's just the perfect coach to make sure that does not happen.
Well, again, not much more to say. East Brunswick showing their strength, and while they're one of the dominant teams in the state this year, over not a bad Madison Central team, and a team we've talked about. But East Brunswick gearing up for that rematch against Piscataway later on in the month, and we'll be there with that game and several other games. But again, the final from East Brunswick, the Bears 64, Madison Central 29. So for Phil Hill and Jim Allinder, I'm John Meggiolaro saying thanks for being with us.